This is WSUR and I am Crazy G. You're hooked into the G spot, and right now we are going to go to the phones because we have the one and only Chris Wyse from the band Owl and the Cult. You there, Chris?
Yes, I am. How you doing today?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. Out here in Salt Lake City, walking around beautiful town, getting ready to rock tonight.
Welcome to the G spot. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you.
How are things going?
Quite well. The electric tour is going really good. The fans are loving it, and a lot of the shows are sold out. And basically, an amazing start.
You have been a busy guy the past couple of years or so with the recent releases for the Cult and your own project, Owl. What has that been like?
It's been an active year already because I was, running around shows and lots of press and stuff for that. That was very surprising. Got featured in Rolling Stone and Revolver, and so it was a great start to the year. The Owl shows were selling out as well, and people are coming out to see us and selling out our merch and all that. So it's just been a wonderful year so far.
Owl's second full-length record, The Right Thing, is passionate and wicked. What was it like writing this CD?
Well, I kind of let my emotions flow into the whole thing. That's what I draw on. And, we did a lot of this kind of spontaneity, in a way with spontaneity, It was like, first record I had a lot of songs written. This one I kind of let develop with the band more. And we've grown together and learned a lot, so I think we really did a great second record, and you can kind of hear how we've evolved.
Let me ask you this. What were you shooting for with the self-titled track, The Right Thing? Was there anything in particular that you were looking for or going for with that track?
Well, I think you can kind of ask that question to yourself over and over again, and it has a different meaning, maybe. It's kind of a song about, striving for what's best for you, even though you have that internal struggle, or you have that also with maybe your relationships. So asking if you're doing the right thing is kind of addressing, infinite issues in a way,
I hear you there, man. Rover is a really cool tune and has a Celtic sound to it. Can you expand on the idea behind that song?
That's pretty much a real deal, straight up. Those lyrics are literally me visiting Ireland when I was 11, visiting my grandparents, and having an experience from a boy's point of view with the enchantment of Ireland. Because my mom and dad were born in Ireland, so I had this amazing trip, and just wrote a kind of little gypsy Irish song about it, and it's a lot of fun. It goes over big live, and we put bagpipes on it, and it really turned out great.
I have to ask you about the video, Destroyer. What was it like covering this Kinks tune?
Man, that worked out so good. I'm really happy we did that. I was a little on the fence about it just at first, and then we tried it, and it was Dan Dinsmore, the drummer's idea. It really just popped. It really just popped for us. It felt like an Owl song. Very
cool. What song on this CD impacts you more than any other, if there is one?
Well, Give has some sort of, something about Give has the musical stuff, and it's also got, the emotional content for me that makes it really special. And kind of striving beyond when you think you're all done, you still got to strive, and you still got that fight. That's really what it's about.
Getting into Choice of Weapon for a second, which is an outstanding CD. What was it like recording this CD?
Well, it was a long process. We worked hard on that record, and it was mostly with Chris Goss. And then sort of, I think, just for fresh ears' sake, Bob Rock came in to sort of complete it. But it was a long process. Ian and Billy start up with the demos, and then, we'll start jamming on it in pre-production and see how they develop. And it took about a year and a half, We were also touring, and so a lot of work went out there into that.
Was there anything different in this CD you did differently compared to past CDs?
I think it was just, we went for very live, organic kind of recordings. It was all done on tape, all the rhythm section stuff especially. So going for, definitely just going for a real raw band sound. You can hear the chemistry of the band on that CD, definitely.
Honey from a Knife is wild. What went into this particular song, and was there anything that you did differently with it to kind of put your own spin on it?
Oh, on the bass on that one, you just want it to be driving really hard and strong, and it's almost like a punk song. It's almost like Sex Pistols or something. It's kind of what I draw on. Kind of like a Jonesy kind of groove there, you know?
The second track, Elemental Light, is also a gem. What was the idea behind that song?
Well, again, now this is probably, you know, I can tell you about how I approach the bass and stuff like that, but I think Ian's intent on that is just the beauty in the basic things, elemental light, you know, the very basic things that create life and light. And, you know, he could tell you more, but that song's a beautiful song. I enjoy it very much. And there's even a little bit of a bowed bass on the break if you listen to it. It's kind of a synth sound with a little flanger on it. So I even got a little bow on that one.
Yeah, that is a great song, and I can't get enough of it myself.
Great, yeah, thanks.
What is your favorite track off this CD and why?
Actually, Elemental Light stands strong, and For the Animals is a lot of fun to play live. I mean, that goes over big. It's got something to it that's a little different.
Your background is very extensive. Who are some of your musical influences long ago and from today?
Well, originally, when I was a little kid, Kiss blew my mind with their presentation. I saw Kiss live, too, and then what really got me into playing bass was Steve Harris from Iron Maiden. And then I got into all kinds of stuff from that point, and I got into upright bass, like classical and jazz and stuff like that. It's kind of a unique thing in hard rock to be playing upright bass with a bow, and it's something that's just kind of evolved for me. You know, I just wanted to keep pushing myself farther and farther.
Yeah, we all do that one time or another in our lives.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to let the fans know as far as, you know, with Owl or the Cult that they may not know?
Well, I mean, you know, the Cult's obviously a well-known band, and there's a lot of information out there about the Cult. I just think that, you know, this is a really cool lineup. I mean, this is one of the longest standing lineups they've had, I think, since the original, you know. So this is like, you know, I've been around almost as long as anybody in the band now, except for Ian and Billy, of course. So, you know, it's a real genuine article, and Owl's a new band to a lot of people's ears, and I tried to create the same thing with Owl, where it's my childhood friend Dan Dinsmore and good friend Jason Mazilis, and it's like a real band, you know, it's not just a project. So I just feel really happy to have two real bands, you know.
Well, they are.
And, yeah, and it's a special thing. I appreciate it.
And they are. I mean, I've listened to the Cult since its inception. I tell you, I've loved everything you've done, and the band is done, and the same goes for Owl. I know you guys are just basically coming into it. You've only been with, you know, Owl's only been out there for what, maybe 2-3 years now, maybe longer?
Well, kind of like, well, the first record came out in 2009, and we had a couple years working up to that. So, you know, but we also have big breaks back and forth from each band, so I just jump into one thing after the other when there's a hole. And so, you know, I don't get to do each band continuously, but, you know, there's times when one's more focused on than the other.
I know you've been out on tour right now. Is there anything that sticks out, any memories as of yet?
Well, we're, you know, several shows in, but, you know, we're kind of at the beginning of it still. But, you know, the thing that we're loving is that, you know, most of them are sold out, and the response is so strong, and they're so excited. I mean, and that's been every night. So it's been a real, almost like a new phase of the band. It's fresh right now again. You know, see the fans so excited. So not yet. You know, they've all been awesome.
What is next for you personally, Owl and the Cult? Can you give us any idea of what's next?
Well, the rest of the year is going to be a lot of touring for the Cult. I know Australia and Europe and so on. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have a couple breaks, and we're working on a couple more Owl videos as well, and then next year we're going to get into new material for both bands. That's
spectacular, and I can't wait, to be honest with you, because I really did love the Owl CD and the new Cult. I couldn't get enough of them, to be honest with you. You've given us enough of your time. I know you're very busy. I appreciate you taking the time here on the G-Spot, helping me out, talking to you, and getting to know you a little bit better. And
absolutely, Greg. My pleasure, man.
Hey, I thank you. I wish you the best of luck with Owl and the Cult, and I can't wait for new stuff to be coming out very soon.
All right. Thanks so much. Check out owltheband.net and do the right thing. Check out the new record.
All right, that sounds good. I'll let you go for now, and I want to thank you again and thank NewEnglandConcertReviews.com for hooking us up. And you take it easy and rock on, man.
Yeah, rock on, man. Thanks for the interview. Have a great day.
You too. Peace.
Okay, bye.
That was Chris Wyse from the band Owl and the Cult.